Well, here in the Writers' Kitchen at Bank Street Writers this afternoon, we've got Jolyon Coombs, the chairman of Bank Street Writers, who is also theatre director, poet, writer, you name it. Very accomplished author. So, Jolyon, what I'd like to talk about this afternoon with you a little bit is the theatre.
Yes.
And what about how you started in the theatre?
Well, I've been interested in drama, theatre, plays, whatever, but from the point of view of presenting them, way back since I was 8, 9, 10 years old. So that's going back quite a bit. And I had 1 or 2 efforts at playwriting even then. But I suppose really I started after I left the army. I was working as a draftsman, and I found a technical course in London which allowed me to do evening work in a semi-professional theatre. And from there I progressed to moving into professional repertory.
Right.
Which is, at that time, was 1 play a week, which means that you were reading 1 play, working on another, and actually concerned with the performance of another one. I should stress at this point that I'm not an actor, although at that time in the theatre, if you went in as a stage manager, you were also expected to be able to play parts.
Right.
So I have had to walk on a few times.
It's a really hectic schedule, though.
Oh yes, yes, incredibly, yes. I mean,
does that still obtain today? No.
No. There were various attempts to alleviate that, and I worked for a while in Lincoln, at the Repertory Theatre there, where they'd very skillfully arranged for the company to do 2 weeks on each performance, by 1 week at Lincoln and another week at 1 of 3 other venues.
Oh.
And it was a bit of an innovation at that time, but at least it gave the companies a chance to work on productions for 2 weeks, which extended the amount of time they had to prepare things. But now, for instance, at the Octagon, we deal normally in a month. So the actors are performing 1 play for a month. They have a month to prepare another play, which is quite a reasonable amount of time.
Right. We don't have a huge amount of time, unfortunately, because we could talk about this obviously for hours.
Yeah.
Just one simple question. Well, it might not be simple. What do you think is which has been your favourite production?
Oh, very difficult, because I suppose actually, strangely enough, and probably very boring, but Sheridan's The Rifles, which was the first production I did at the Octagon, and we did it in the round, and I managed to get a very fast-moving, well-paced production out of this wonderful 18th century play, which a good many people think is actually what we call actor-proof. Very difficult to spoil it, because it is so well written.
Right.